Happy Mondays have been in studio for 3 weeks, working 10 hours a day to record the 12 tracks for their new album. The studio costs £50 an hour, plus the cost of tapes. Factory also have to pay the producer. For this album, Happy Mondays wanted to work with Martin Hannett, who's produced records for Factory's best-known band, New Order. Factory lost money on the band's first album, and this one will cost the company several £1,000s more. But at this stage, both Factory and Martin Hannett are confident they've got a record that will sell.
We're getting near to the end of recording the album, and this recording process has cost in the region of £7,000 or £8,000. We did lockout deals. You've got to add tape costs onto that, and you've got to add VAT onto that. But you're talking £7,000, £8,000, £9,000 for recording the 10 tracks.
And all that money's come from Factory. That's your company investment.
Yeah. That's our part of the relationship. We pay for that. We fund that. We pay all everything else. You know, including even the designers' fees, and all the designers are very much a part of the group. Everything. The one thing we don't pay, unlike maybe classical music, when you record, we don't pay the musicians. If you're recording a classical record, you'll be paying a lot of money in MU rate fees. When you record with musicians and it's a group who are going to go on and make money, then you don't pay actual fees while they're recording. But you pay for this. This cost us but you're getting on towards 10 grand for recording, and there's still in the back of our mind then a further 7, 8, 9, 10 grand for mixing, and maybe for choosing from the tracks we've recorded here a single or two, and they again have remix costs.
I'm prepared to, and so Factory, you're prepared to invest your money and your time because you believe in the artist, and you believe in your ability to make that artist successful. But there comes a point, you know, if Factory have spent £250,000 and they've earned, you know, 50,000 or 200,000 down, then it could well be that they'll say no. But I'm not looking at that situation, and I don't think they are either.
We're not going to do adverts in the press.
No.
I don't necessarily think they were. I mean, Happy Mondays have got so much press anyway, generate.
Once the record's made, Factory have to set about promoting it. Nobody will buy it unless they know it exists. So Anthony Wilson, Tina and Chris Smith, the accountant, have to work out how much to spend and what to spend their promotion budget on. Wilson credits Happy Mondays with creating the acid house fashion. It's not an image that will get the band onto Radio 1's afternoon playlist, but there's interest from local radio and TV stations. They want to build on that with a poster campaign and a video.
A video.
Right.
In fact, there's even talk now about 2 videos, one shot the same day, one with kids, one with the group. Mr. Michaelidis?
Oh, no, I was just about to phone somebody.
Don't give me a hard time. All right, sweetheart. All right.
Tony Michaelidis handles the regional press, radio and television promotion for all Factory's bands. It's his job to get Happy Mondays TV appearances, stories in the press and interviews on radio. It's a special kind of game that some bands are willing to play, but not, apparently, Happy Mondays. They forgot to turn up for their last radio interview. Neither Mr. Michaelidis nor the radio station was amused.
OK, well, I do think first we should probably get to grips with the fact that you're not a very happy man, I hear through the grapevine.
Well, no, we've got a problem with, you know,
Well, you must work for groups like this.
An attitude problem. I mean, I know. Well, what works for the press doesn't always work for radio, and you know, I mean, there's a certain problem of getting these people to interviews on times, in view of the fact that we failed to make our local radio interview.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I know you're upset about the fact that they don't make that and that they missed a gig in Newcastle. I mean, I like it. I can't explain that to you.
Happy Mondays are a difficult band to work with. In my initial discussions with the band to manage them, several colleagues tried to advise me that they would be a far too difficult band to handle and that nobody could. Personally, I don't have a problem with that. I mean, I think my experience gives me the necessary resources to be able to say, right, well, I mean, that's a difficult situation, I can take that. I mean, you just have to be able to roll with the punches in some of those situations.
Enough on camera.
Hi, Nathan.
You all right, sir?
How are you? Hi, fellas. You all right? Finishing the make pies. Do you want to, can you give David a ring? Go and chat again. Hi, Dave.
All right, Sam.
You all right?
Cheers.
Well, listen, I've got your white label the album, right? No one's got it yet, but for the sake of the interview, it's not out till November.
What do you want us to play off it?
Well, I mean, whatever the lads want. I mean, whatever fits in with the interview. I mean, when you've played it for the interview, just hang on to it, because we don't want anything going out until the middle of November. This is Sean and Bez, David Dunn.
Hi. Sean. All right.
And this is Nathan, who manages the guys.
How do you do, Dave?
You don't mind if we sit in on it, do you?
Nah.
Do you want to grab a chair behind the brown and the green?
Music.
Key 103.
It's Wednesday, 19th of October. It Talks on Key 103, and we're speaking to Bez and Sean from Happy Mondays. Afternoon, lads.
Hi.
First of all, I want to ask you, why has there been such a long gap since the last LP?
I don't know.
Is it something that comes easy to you, going into studios and making these things?
Yeah, all the album was written ages ago. It was written a long time ago. It just took a bit to get together.
Why are you on Factory?
Because no one else wants us.
Great, so this is everything you've got for us to choose from.
It's a case of deciding which is going to be the single, which is going to be the album. And we reckon that that's probably the likely candidate for the single.
Happy Mondays like to keep things in the family. Paul Ryder, the bass player, and Sean, the singer, are brothers. Their father is the band's road manager, and the album sleeve for the new record has been designed by Matt and Pat Carroll, their cousins. The album sleeve uses 9 colours. It's a much brighter product than Factory's usual austere graphic style, but it suits the band. Factory paid Matt and Pat £2,000 to design the album sleeve, covers for CDs, singles, cassettes and posters.
Keith? What's the name of that cameraman you wanted to use?
Paul Otter?
Yeah.
From Newcastle?
Yeah. So there's a guy called Paul Otter who's really good with low-level lighting.
Richard Heslop and Keith Joblin made the video for the band's last single. Now they're deciding what the new one should look like. A 3-minute pop promo can cost anything from £1,000 to £100,000. But Factory don't have the same budgets to play with as Warner Brothers or EMI, so they want originality and quality, but they want it cheap. The last film cost £3,000. For this one, the budget's gone up to £10,000.
Oh, man.
He specialises in he normally doesn't use lights, and he just pushes the film, gets some incredible effects. Just looks like it's lit really well. So just basically dancing, mayhem, singing, whatever happens.
All the kids getting on it.
Yeah. Nice one. Okay. We'll have one camera at the back, get Paul at the back, getting still good shots.